Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome. Today's reading and video is called How Do You Keep the Faith on the Twin Flame Journey When You're in Separation? And we're going to jump right in. And hopefully these messages will resonate with you. And if they don't, then this reading may not have been for you. You can go ahead and check my channel and my playlists. I'm having more visitors frequently, and there's really something for everybody. So while I'm shuffling up, why not go ahead and subscribe so you can see more readings like this on a weekly basis. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what is something that maybe blocks your faith so far on the journey? So the path. This has to do with your spiritual path and what you feel is right for you, and what you want, and what you feel like, where you're drawn to, like where you want to go in life. Like this has to do with also changes in your path. So I don't know if any of that's going on for you right now, but you have to know that there is a path open for you. And I feel like you might be confused right now where to go and what to expect and not knowing. I feel like the one path that you're a little bit more drawn to is the one that you need to go to. So respond with that and take action and just be courageous. Be courageous and just move forward, because I feel like when we accept where we are and acknowledge what needs to change to grow and begin to love ourselves more completely, the direction of our lives begins to change. And then, we often decide when we want to follow a more authentic way of ourselves, and our desires become more aligned with the needs and wants and values of our true selves. Everything sort of starts to feel better and make sense. So if you could imagine that you're like lost in the dark or in a dark forest, and you can hardly see and there's no visible path, and you're kind of scared and every way kind of looks exactly the same, and you feel burdened by the shadows and you're not sure what you should do, or even if you should like move at all or anything like that. And you might be paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. But somehow there's like a new way that forms, like something breaks through those clouds and something is shown to us. And it might be just a glimmer, but it's enough to like take our attention away and look in that direction. And I feel like that's kind of like what Spirit is trying to show you right now, like what Spirit is trying to do for you, to help you to continue to keep the faith to go forward on your part of the spiritual journey. So the path is lit. It's just time to kind of like go through with it and like walk through with it. Like go on, like take the path, like in other words, go for it. All right, so I just want to look into kind of like what caused you to have to go your separate way from your person. So look at this. Not showing true feelings. Someone was hiding. Someone was masking their feelings. Pretending. Deluded. Gaslighting. You may have been dealing with someone with very narcissistic traits or narcissistic energy. So it's difficult when someone shows us another side of themselves that we were not expecting. That's hard to detach from that, because you feel like something was wrong with you all along, and why didn't I see this, and why wasn't I seeing this? But in turn, you can't miss your doorway. So you have to like release the fixation of this and go to your doorway, because there's better for you through the doorway. Now, your person may or may not be able to drop this mask in life, and really, it's not for you to know what they're doing or what they're going to do or how they're going to do it. You just have to know if you're meant to be or going to be meant to be, okay? They may change themselves so much, you might not even ever recognize them, and that might be good or bad. They could go the light path or the dark path. You're being called to go to the light path, okay? So let's see what else we get, because faith requires you to kind of have this blind belief that, you're going to be okay and you're going to make it and there's going to be miracles that come to you and there's going to be good opportunities. You have to keep believing that and stay in that energy. You fuel it. You're the one who fuels it. So you either fuel it with good or you fuel it with bad, okay? But yeah, your spirit is calling you to a new way. There's new opportunities for you. There's new people. There's new romantic experiences. There's new educational experiences. There's new learning on the journey. There's new development spiritually. There's all these new things for you. Okay, you just have to be brave enough to start to go to that lit path. Okay, now, what do you need to leave behind as you go into this new path? What is something that you need to leave behind? This could be a shadow. This could be something in a personality trait, something that has held you back in the past. This could be the behavior that you want to return to, the one that tells you you're not going to make it. Let's see. That'll help you with what to work on and what to do shadow work and how to let go. Fear of connection. I value my space and privacy a bit too much. So you might be a bit introverted. You might be, you might feel like you connected with this person so well that you're never going to connect with anybody else like that again. You kind of like want to hide yourself, or, maybe you weren't all that outgoing to begin with. And this person, your person, kind of fell into your lap and it made you feel like it was worth it. But you may not be the kind of person that's outgoing or wanting to go out or put yourself out there or search for love or do that whole scene. Okay. It could also be that, maybe you only have a handful of friends that you're comfortable with that and that works for you. And you may be very empathic and easily drained and maybe don't like large crowds for that reason or large events for that reason. But I feel like maybe you and your person had a special connection that went above and beyond what you've experienced in the past. And that's why you are, here and you're wondering and you need this. Okay. But, yeah, you could need to have new connections. You need to have like new soul connections. You need to have like new experiences because you have to come out of that shell a little bit and experience life and learn so you can, raise your vibration and cultivate your soul the way you need it to be able to meet your twins when you come back together. Stubbornness. I don't like admitting my feelings. Yeah, so that's another thing to work on. But these are not difficult things. These are things that you just have to really just be admitting of. You know what I mean? Like you have to like admit them to yourself. And I know that's hard, but the longer you fight them, the bigger they grow and the harder they become to defeat. So if you admit them now and start to work on them now, you're ahead of the game. Okay? Let's look at what changes and how life looks for you once you go through this new portal or this new door and you start to shed these old ways and these shadows. What does life look like for you once you've done that? All right, so we've got join in. This has to do with you kind of like finding groups and social things and putting yourself out there, maybe finding like psychic development groups or spiritual development groups or twin flame support groups like I have. I will leave a link in the description box for mine on Facebook. But yeah, getting involved, joining in, being around like-minded people, like-minded folks, people that really get you, understand you. Even if you have like 2 or 3 friends that these are your only people that you deal with, start to do stuff with these people. Build those relationships is what I'm getting. Oh, we've got dietary change. So something with health, diet, something with you making a new regimen, a new routine for yourself, maybe exercise, walking. Maybe it's going to be, you do the treadmill or you join a kickboxing class or you just start going no dairy or you cut sugar out or you do gluten-free or, you do paleo, whatever it's going to be. I feel like whatever that will be is going to be a beneficial change for you because I feel like you can't go through this new door with any of these old habits or old things. And this is not instant or overnight. Please don't think that I'm saying that. This is stuff that you work on gradually, that you get to these things, make these healthy goals for yourself. And we've got spiritual growth. All these changes happen. Once you go in that cocoon and you start to change and you start to, everything becomes different and your wings start to emerge, you really will be so different and you'll be so happy with yourself. Yeah, self-care. So these are all things for you to focus on when you are, in separation, and also these things will help you keep the faith. I hope these messages were helpful. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to check my description box for my private reading information, my Twin Flame support group, my TikTok, my Instagram, and my Facebook. And those are where you can see me do free readings. Thanks so much for joining me. Love and light.